Alright guys, go ahead and put your name at the top. Okay, so this should be super easy. You don't even have to show work on today's assignment. You're welcome. Yup. Okay.
It's super easy. You don't feel like we're gonna fail it.
That's good.
Because you don't try. You don't put in effort. You don't have that dog in that miss.
Okay, guys, what's this called?
The top of the thing.
It's called the vertex.
The highest point.
Good. It's also, it could be your highest.
Or your lowest.
And it's going to be your lowest if it's a smiley face, right? If it's like this.
No, frowny face.
No, this is the frowny face, baby.
Oh, smiley
Okay,
face.
so lowest is if it's like that, right? Keep it clean. I will make you do push-ups. Anybody who's cursing, I'm going to make you do push-ups.
100 of them.
Okay. Right here. What's that called?
The beginning where it starts.
It's your starting point? What's the graphing calculator going to call it? Y-intercept. Can you guys stop? It's your y-intercept. What's the graphing calculator going to call this guy right here?
Your x-intercept.
Your x-intercept? And it's going to be where it hits the ground.
Your end point.
Yeah, good. Okay, you guys, this guy over here is also an x-intercept. This one right here. But you're going to ignore it. Okay, this one doesn't make any sense because it's negative. Right? This is just if we're not throwing it from the ground. We're launching it from, this is about 5 feet up. I'm throwing the ball. I can't throw it that high, but we'll pretend. Okay? So this, you're just finding these are your key points. You've got a vertex, x-intercepts, y-intercept. X-intercepts could also be called zeros. Some calculators will call it a 0 instead of an x-intercept. And some questions, like story problems, they'll say solution. I can't write. All right, guys. Draw a line right here. Cut it in half. Have you guys cut it in half?
Yep.
Good. Okay, step 1. You're going to switch X. Oh, sorry. You're going to change all the T's to become X. Whatever letter they give you, just write over the top of it and make it an X.
You say switch, right?
Yeah, switch. I'm on the struggle today. My brain is not working. You're going to switch it because when you try to put it in the calculator, you see how it already tells you the function has to be x's? So you have to use x's. So what you're going to do is you're just going to write over that and make it an x, okay? Step 2, you're going to open the graph. You guys know how to do that in the calculator, right?
No.
You know how to just on the home screen, open graph?
Oh.
You know how to do that,
Yeah.
okay?
I think you know that.
Okay, so let's say you're here. Do you guys know how to make it show up the equation so you can type in? Step 3, you're going to press menu, 3, 1, and you're going to put in your equation. Can we just use EQ for equation, or does anybody feel like writing out equation longhand? If you want to write it longhand, you can write out equation, okay?
Miss, all of last week's assignments aren't working.
Can you let me teach right now? Thank you. Then you're going to use, you can adjust the zoom using menu 4, and then you can pick what you need right here. This is for zoom. You can pick if it's going to be out, in, or whatever. So you're going to go menu and then window or zoom. And then you pick if you need to go out or in, okay? Does that make sense? And then you're going to do menu 5, 1, which lets you trace. And it's going to tell you all your key points. All right, guys, if you have this written down, go ahead and open up to the inside. You're going to have some questions today. They're going to give you a real life scenario, and you're going to have to find, they're only going to make you find one thing on each question. But I'm going to go through and show you how to find it. So this is, they're shooting a flare, right? They're shooting the flare gun. It's going to go high. What's this axis? Is this how high it is, or how, is this time or
How
height?
far it went? Oh, time.
This is time. What's this axis?
How high it went.
Yeah, this is going to be, and it's in feet. This is in seconds, okay? So from the graph, now we're not going to, with the graph, it's not going to be perfect, which means we're not going to get decimal points. We're just going to do our best estimate from the graph. For the x-intercept, we don't care about this one. We want this one. About where is that at?
24.
Okay, is 24 my first or my second number in my point?
Second.
X, then Y, right?
Oh, first.
Okay, and then what does that mean? It took 24 seconds for what?
The ball hit the ground.
Okay,
I mean the flare.
flare hits the ground after 24 seconds. My ground looks terrible, so I'm going to write it again. Where's the y-intercept at?
It's under 10 feet, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is 10 feet. This little bracket is 10, right? 10, 20, 30, 40. So it's between 0 and 10. What number do you guys think it is about?
8.
Somewhere in there. I would take anything from 5 to the... I would take from 4 to 8, somewhere in there. I'm going to just keep it simple and say it's about 6 feet tall. Okay, most people shoot a gun like this when they're doing a flare gun, right? So if you're shooting the gun like this, I'm kind of concerned, right? If you're shooting a gun lower, most people are at least 5 feet tall, right?
Most people.
Most people.
I'm 6 feet.
That you're a giant, okay? We're not talking about you. We're talking about normal people.
Yes, I am normal. I'm Mexican.
You're still giant. Okay, so it's just launched from 6 feet. Okay? What's this? Where's the vertex at? Where's that at?
150.
I think it's just below 150. You guys are good with 149? And then how many seconds? If we go straight down, about how many seconds?
About 12.
Yep. So you're going to say maximum height of 149 feet at 12 seconds.
So how fast did it go up?
Well, that's a good question. You would just take 149 divided by 12. And that's the average rate. If you want to do that instantaneous rate, you would have to do calculus. But it's a little bit over 12 feet per second that it's going up. Are you ready for the next one? Still writing?
Yeah.
I know, I write fast. So you have to be able to use it both from a graph and from an equation. You guys ready?
No.
Okay. Okay, flip. Okay, guys, what do I need to do? Instead of T's, what do I want to use? Yeah, so just right over the top of it, X's, to help you remember. I purposely used T's because your assignment's going to use T's. Grab your calculator. Go get you a calculator. Okay. On the home screen, we're going to just go ahead and open up that graph. What do I do to get the little equation thingy to pop up? Menu. See how it says graph or entry? We want to put something in?
3-1.
Yeah, 3, 1. See how it popped up my equation? Do we care that it says F1 instead of H? We do not.
We don't. Why, miss? Why don't we care?
We don't, because this H is just a label. It's telling us that
Absolutely nothing.
Actually, it's telling us it's the equation for height. The H stands for height. So this would tell us height.
So what does the F stand for?
F just stands for function. So this just means it's height in terms of t, so time. So we're just going to put this equation in. Make sure you have the negative. You're using this. I got to move this. This is annoying. You got to use the black negative, not the white negative. The white one's subtract. This one's a negative. Negative 0.8 x squared plus 23x plus 4.
Divided by 6.
Why are we dividing by 6? Now I'm going to show you what would happen if you put in t. You don't want to put in t, but if I did put in t, if I forgot, see how it wants me to create a slider? That's a good indication that you did something wrong. Press escape and try again.
Oh, shit. You gotta do it all over again.
Well, so see when I said escape, menu 3, 1, it took me to the second function. If I press the up arrow, it's still there. And now I just changed the t's to be what?
Y, X's.
Yep. Ta-da! It graphed.
Where the graph at?
See, there's a skinny blue line right there?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go to menu, and I'm going to zoom out so I can see it. So I'm going to zoom out, and it's going to let me move this guy to the center. I don't know exactly where I'm going to put it, but I'm just moving it kind of over. Yeah, I'm going to move it up. Okay, now I can actually see, you see how I can see the curve now?
That's neat.
Okay.
I moved too much out.
Now, if you zoom too much out, no problem, you can just zoom in. Zoom in. I can also change the window box. I can say, like, I want it from negative 50 to positive 200. Actually, 50 is probably good. I don't really need to see a lot of the negatives. And it lets me zoom in a little bit. All right, go ahead and do menu 5-1 to trace.
Yeah, I found it.
We're tracing it right now. See how it's telling me that's my y-intercept? You guys see that number at the end? That end number? Oh, that's why it keeps moving. Kyle, you're moving the camera. That end number is always going to be your y-intercept. So just that 4 right there. See how that's my y-intercept? So it's over 0 up 4. We're going to interpret them in a minute. We need to find that maximum all the way over there.
Or on the other side of the top, man.
We're going to find the top right now for the vertex.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Found it, man.
See how it tells me it's the maximum?
Because it is the maximum, man. That's what I said. That's why I said right there.
I know, but also I like that it tells you so you don't have to keep guessing.
I would have been perfect because I know stuff like that.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you're perfect.
Thank you, man. But nobody's perfect. You can just do better.
Is that
Okay.
169?
Yeah, 169. See? And then we're going to come over and find this other x-intercept. We don't care about this side of the x-intercept because it's negative. You can't have a negative time. We only care about this one. I'm going to guess it's at 25.
That's wrong.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah.
Close.
0.9.
So stupid.
Right there.
Yep.
We got it. See 28.9? See how we got that?
That's the where it landed at.
Okay, you guys ready?
No.
Oh, we only have to tell you what it means. Okay, so this is a flare gun again. So we've got my little guy right here. And he's shooting the gun. And it goes up and it comes down.
Can I put a switch on mine?
You can draw what you want, baby. The x-intercept is right here. This is 28.9. This right here is your 14.4, comma 169. And this right here is your 4. Okay? So for this x-intercept, what does that mean?
That's where it landed.
Is that how many feet? How many seconds? What is it?
That's how many feet in 100 feet.
That's how many seconds it says.
What's this axis represent?
Seconds.
This is your time. This is seconds. What's this axis represent?
Height.
This is your height. And it's in feet. So what does that 28.9 mean?
That's the distance. Or seconds?
Before,
It's 5 seconds to hit the ground.
yeah, so it hits the ground. What's this y-intercept represent?
Where it started.
Yeah, but
Launch. Where it started.
launched where?
Height.
He launched at 4 feet.
From the ground.
You know what I'm gonna guess? I'm gonna guess that this dude is sitting in a boat. Cause then 4 feet makes sense, right? I'm gonna pretend he's in a little boat launching the flare. You don't have to draw the picture. You don't have to.
That's a terrible thing.
Miss, you know how to draw me.
I do, but it's okay. This is just a sketch for understanding. Vertex, what does this mean? Which one of these is how high it is?
169.
Okay, so the maximum height,
16 feet, that's pretty.
maybe it's 169.
Oh, 169.
169 feet. When?
At 14.4 seconds.
14.4 seconds. Can everybody please? Hold on.